A really key skill for working collaboratively, and particularly as a manager, is giving feedback. Is letting people know when their behavior or their deliverables have let you down. Is that something that you enjoy doing? No, it's a lot of head shaking. No. Why not? Why is this not a pleasant thing to do? What makes it challenging? I mean, you've got really great analytical minds. I'm sure that you're able to identify this is what's should be delivered, this is what this person's delivering, here's the difference. You can do that analysis, so why is it hard to have the feedback discussion?
It's like negative news that makes the other person feel worse.
What? Feel?
Yes.
Engineers have emotions?
The 3T Play project is about developing engineering students' transversal skills. And the need for transversal skills is really present. When we talk to students, they're really aware that this is something that they need. When we interview or do surveys of alumni, that's clear. Employers and societies in general has really big expectations of students, not just the technical part that they're bringing, but their ability to resolve conflicts, to think creatively, to integrate ethical thinking and sustainability. So there's a lot of skills beside the technical skills that need to be developed. And so finding a way that is a way to actually provide specific training for those skills within engineering courses. We often assume that students, if they're working in teams, that they'll develop team skills, and the literature is really clear on this. They don't. They actually really need to be taught. So what are team skills? Collective decision or collaborative decision making is a really important team skill. Choosing who does what in a project and coordinating within a project. Chairing a meeting and making sure that you hear from everybody and that you're actually really making use of the people sitting around the table. These are the really key skills that we need from teams, and actually having students just be in a team doesn't mean that they're going to naturally develop those skills. So how do we provide a support that works for students and something that's accessible for teachers, that they can say, here's a model, here's an activity, I can use this, I can integrate this, I can get this. This is something that I can do in my teaching to respond to this need that is apparent to the teachers, to the students, and to the alumni. So why tangibles? There's a couple of different reasons why tangibles might be interesting. It aligns nicely with the transversal skills often not being really visible to students, and the transversal skills sort of being implicit, that actually working with tangibles is a really concrete way to make those skills visible. And so the activities that we develop and the model that we have around the activities involves making little micro-experiential loops.
13. Okay, we did 13. Can someone put it down?
A given 3T Play activity will focus on a specific skill set. So for instance, negotiation. And so we need to create a context where they're actually going to need to negotiate, where they're going to need to have balancing and conflicting points of view and outcomes. And so we want to create an opportunity for them to actually get some input on what are negotiation skills, and then to actually do some negotiating. And so around tangibles is a way of making that sort of the outcome more visible, that you need to actually come up with a wind turbine design that has 10 blocks in it. And what are the different colored blocks at different characteristics? What is the best percentage of red to green to yellow to blue blocks? And negotiating that from different perspectives. But having the tangibles there means that you've got a really visible outcome for your negotiation. The increased amount of complexity in the world at the moment makes us increasingly aware that it's not just the technical skills. We like to talk a lot about how engineers are going to be able to resolve and bring important solutions for solving issues around sustainability, for instance. But what's actually it's not just the technical solution that makes that work. that you need to be able to communicate that idea, you need to be able to adapt that idea, you need to be able to integrate into the other context in a wider socioeconomic sense. And so there's all those other skills that need to run alongside the technical part. And given the amount of complexity that we have now, we can't just have different people who have different jobs, that we need to have a better understanding and a richer skill set spread across all the members in a team. The model that we have has been informed some from our own empirical work and primarily from a review of the literature, and it's something that we're designing experiments now to actually testing. And so the way that I describe it is actually as a trident of 3 different parts of the trident in the order that's relevant for each individual activity, but that each of those 3 should be present to different degrees and in different order depending on the particular activity, that really gives students a chance to live it and experience it and then pivot towards their next project.
The big picture, what they want is this part to go on top. Here. Yeah. So the first thing you see is preparation. Because when you read